got him there.
You know what? Kyle stands out because of how high he goes. 360 flip, just so high. Whip to late bar. And then casually during a 360 with the one-way, kick it back to the other. First place and after a gold medal today in Park.
Yeah, had a great outing in BNX Park final earlier today, and now he's sitting in the top position here in the dirt final with 2 runs left to go. We're going back up to the top of the order here, round 3, and again, the story here tonight is the best run that counts. Your top 3 right now, Kyle Baldon, Brandon Dosh, and Ryan Nyquist. But now we're set to bring in one more time. This is Mike Clark in his first ever X Games appearance.
And Hunter exhaled there. Makes you think he's got something up his sleeve. Big 360 in. Going for a decade. Decade jump, it's kind of named after the flatline trick. Don't know why we would call it a decade. Actually, I think Fred Floyd claimed it took 10 years to learn or something, which that makes no sense because...
Take another look at it here to see where it all goes wrong. Looked like he had it for the most part. Coming around, he looked like he was about to go to the pedals, but then just over-rotated it, so he'll throw that one out. First run score will be his best once again, so 89.33 is going to leave him down at 6, but he's got one more run still to go to bring up Chris Doyle, who's currently sitting in 7th place right now. His best run was his 2nd attempt.
Big free invert. No foot can. Downside whip and then a free whip. Well, free whip, but down to land in there. Doyle looks maybe a little bit off. He's known for being dialed and consistent. He was the alternate, so I don't know if he rode.
I was going to say, I don't know how much practice he actually rode. He wasn't in the lineup until earlier this afternoon.
He gets those 3 inverts very inverted. And until 360. And here's where he got side there. I think he was going to case really bad, so he took his foot off. Doesn't look too pleased with it, but still another run.
Yeah, so down there with an 83.66 for that one, so he'll stick with that 2nd run score. Well, we want to see your photos from X Games experience at home and here in Brazil. We got it. So here are some of the best photos of the day, and you can hashtag those photos XGFan. And there's one from Gary Young. The BMX Dirt Dudes are killing it at X Games Brazil. We saw Gary out there earlier today in the BMX Park event, so now he's out here
and he's
putting
quite
photos up on Twitter
as well. So to have Gary Young say you're killing it, that's a pretty big compliment.
And don't forget, you can post your photos up there. Make sure you hashtag an XGFan. I threw a couple up there the other night from my first visit to the Iguazu Falls.
Because you, too, are a fan of the X Games.
That's actually the only time I go on my Twitter account. Here we go. Coming up next, Brandon Dosh.
Missed the set there. A bit of a truck whip right off the back. One of those dip 3s, as we like to call them.
Well, he was in 2nd place pre-run, 91 flat. He was in the lead, but then Kyle Baldon at the end of round 2, or towards the end of round 2, I should say, bumped him down into 2nd place. Taking another look at the run here.
Toboggan down into that. You know, it's so weird that a trick like a triple whip is becoming very commonplace. But this trick, this run as a whole won't outscore his other one, in my opinion, just because of a little bit of sloppiness after he landed this. You do a trick that big, and it's not easy to land perfect and keep your flow going.
So again, his best run score was round 2 for him with a 91 flat. You're absolutely right. So that one's not going to best 84.33. So again, sitting in a medal position as of right now.
Look at TJ.
TJ Ellis was in a medal position, but he's been bumped all the way down to 5th. As we get
Satterfield's watching him there. Coleman's a really good dirt rider himself, too. Did great in the big air event last night.
All right, so what does TJ Ellis bring to the party here now in round 3?
360 down. That's good to see. Tail whip, front flip. Didn't stick it.
Front flip, tail whip. And it looked like he maybe got a bit of a low landing coming off of the step down. Have to see that on the replay.
Seems like a lot of people are overshooting that on front flips.
Watch Lancer coming down the step down on the 360.
He got good speed, and maybe that's the reason why. Too much speed. Yeah, overshot a little bit, but foot came off either way.
You got to give the guy credit for rolling the dice on that one. Now he again, he's still got one more run to go when we get into round number 4. It is the best run that counts out here tonight. We are halfway through the run order here. This evening, BMX Dirt Final after a 7-year hiatus. BMX Dirt returns to the X Games, and this is Luke Parslow set to take his 3rd run.
He's currently in 8th, but Luke is very capable of going way up. Big flip lip, full front flip, X up through the shark fin. And flip 360, get a kick out Superman style. That will improve upon the score, but again,
Over-rotated that a little bit, but hangs on, rides out of it clean, and that is key.
he needs to jump at least 4 points to actually move up in the rankings, and it looks like he's got a bad limp there going on.
Maybe rolled an ankle out of that at the end of the run?
Big flip lip after pulling an X up, dropping down in. And again, the front flips, they're just, everyone's overshooting them just a hair, and that can affect how much speed you carry into the next set.
Yeah, you see that left foot there. It looked like he raked his ankle against the pedal on that one.
Or perhaps he was already dealing with a situation, and that's why he's limping.
Well, an 83.66 was his best score thus far, which was round number 2. So he gets an 88.33. So that's only going to bump him up 1 spot, though. It's an improvement on the score, but it's only going to move him from 8th into 7th position.
Ben Wallace, now this is interesting. If Ben gets a score here that is better than 87.33, you're going to see him jump into at least the top 3.
Because he's got a tie with Ryan Nyquist for the best run score.
And the tiebreaker is the next best score. Neither of them has a really high net score.
Here comes Ben Wallace.
Huge triple whip. I hope that was a triple whip. Up a look back 3, and a double tap 3 comes out a little sketchy, but this is certainly going to be a high enough score, I think, to best the 87.33, and you see Ben Wallace move into the bronze position.
Well, if he doesn't get higher than that 90.66, like you said, he just needs higher than an 87.33 to get that tiebreaker and take over Ryan Nyquist as we look at the replay.
Exactly. It creates a really interesting dynamic. He makes the triple whip just come around so fast that you're like, 2, 3, what?
I mean, these guys are firing them off so smoothly, it's hard to tell at real-time speed.
When quintuples become the norm, that's when we just shut it down.
And right here at the end of the run, 360 double tail whip.
Yeah, and again, this creates an interesting dynamic because it's, you know, we'll see what his score is here.
Say, what do you think? He dabbed the right foot.
88.33. So, okay,
88.33, so that's not going to...
Yeah, perhaps the tiebreaker on this has to do with another judge's score, or perhaps it's we're waiting to see Nyquist's next run to see. It's
basically, it's they average the foot. Basically, they drop the high, drop the low. We'll get into that here in a second, but this is Kyle Waldo. We'll explain that tiebreaker process.
Big flip whip. Oh, wow. 360 flip on a set you should not be doing a 360 flip on. And a bar spin 360 flip. And it's something we'll call a cork 7. Just to explain here, a lot about spins has to do with what plane you do it in. A 720, if you do it flat, is a 720. A 360 flip's done in 2 different planes. Something in between is called a cork 720. That's called a big flip whip. Followed by a cork 7 on a 360 flip. Call it what you will. And throw the bars.
I can't believe he throws the bars in the middle of that.
Yeah, and I'm leaning toward a bar 7 on that, but it's so corked out that it's practically a 3 flip. At some point, it doesn't matter. It's just rad.
Catches the bars, brings it around, puts it down clean.
Kyle's making a big statement here. I mean, he didn't have to make a statement. He already has in the past. You're looking at an example of a guy who's got to start coming through an open qualifier, then winning a prelim, then winning a final. And without events like an open qualifier to get in, Kyle probably would not be on the scene at the level he is today.
So that's not going to best his second run score. He's still in the top spot, but he's going to stick with that second run score at 92 as we bring in Ryan Nyquist.
Ryan Nyquist, we know what this guy's capable of. Unfortunately, one of the things he pulls very consistently, surprisingly, is that double bar spin backflip. You don't see him do it a lot, but when he tries it, I see him pull it. And if you're looking at a guy that's the most dominant dirt rider ever, that's him, Ryan Nyquist. For the Vans Triple Crown Series, he ran for 4 years, a dozen events. He won the first 11.
Well, Clark looked like he went around 2.5 times. Going back to that tiebreaker thing, basically there's 5 judges out here. They drop the high and the low scores and average your 3 remaining scores together. So the first tiebreaker is they bring back in the high and the low scores, average all 5. Then the second tiebreaker goes to the second best run scorer. So that's why Ryan is still sitting in that 3rd place position. We are through 3 of 4 rounds. We've got 1 more round to go. Will Kyle Baldock take 2 gold medals, or will we crown another champion out here? We'll find out when we come back.